best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact, the road-wearing original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the Summit. Fact, the homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, daring young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact, the biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact, the Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in an evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French-Canadian in him. If Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match, people are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart, Triple H, X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. It's lightweight. If you don't want it, then don't bark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. I don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radioland. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
And that's right. When you want that beer, awesome. Welcome to Wrestling with Attitude. Yeah. How you feeling about that, Summit? I'm feeling good.
Horrible introduction once again. And if you don't know who I am, check your dictionary. I am the Summit, the savior of wrestling, the original Peep. And in case you didn't see, this Sunday there will be a new Peep show. Where do they broadcast? We broadcast out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if you're talking about us, but you said where. I'm letting you know that's where we're from. What's up, man?
So I got to check my dictionary to know who you are now?
No, I'm in Wikipedia.
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Not Urban Dictionary, right?
You used to wrestle for OVW. Sweet.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Why did you stop wrestling? Just wondering. Is that Mark? Oh, Mark Man 55 just joined. I hope that's Mark Madden. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, wrestling can really be tough, and but welcome to the show. We got a great show today.
Oh yeah, got some great.
Are you going to try to get back into wrestling? Sorry, Sally. I'm talking to Sally.
Oh, you're talking to Sally?
Yeah. On Periscope, she's talking about wrestling, and she said, I'm trying to see if she's going to get back into wrestling.
Okay.
Go back to NXT or wherever and train.
Cool.
To get back. So we got a great show today. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just ready for this. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm ready for this weekend. I'm ready for Fastlane. I'm ready for it.
Why?
I don't know. I mean,
what excites you about Fastlane?
Well, what excites me is what happened on Raw, but we'll get to that later. Of somebody's chances of winning the belt, but we'll talk about that one later.
Well, Sally, since you can't do that, hopefully you do get to be a valet or something. I know you say it's hard to do. We have friends, in Charlotte that is in wrestling, and it's very hard to get into. You got to pay your dues to get into it.
Yeah.
So, but good luck with that. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking forward to Fastlane. I think it'll be, it's not going to be the greatest pay-per-view, but I think it'll be, it's going to line up WrestleMania, which is great, Now we're going to see what's going to happen. After this, Road to WrestleMania, we're right there. I mean, we're already in the Road to WrestleMania, but we're right there to
Right there to what?
To WrestleMania. We got less than a month and a half?
Dude, we're less than 40 days away from WrestleMania.
Yeah. Whew.
So, I don't understand. Look, the excitement for Fastlane is, there is not. Hey, JoJo's on the show. Welcome, JoJo.
What's up, JoJo?
Fastlane is not.
I'm excited.
Dude, there's 2 matches, 3 matches to get me excited. I mean, you got Kalisto, Rey Mysterio versus Del Rio Bacho.
As your kickoff.
As your kickoff match. The best 2 out of 3 falls. you got AJ Styles against Jericho, and I love AJ Styles, but you got him against Jericho, who's slow. You got Kevin Owens and Ziggler will be a great match. The three-way will be great. Ambrose and Reigns and Lesnar, depending on how they book the finish.
Yeah.
I can't. What's the other match? There's a peep show, the cutting edge peep show, which will be the only reason they're doing that is because they have a show later that night.
Yeah.
That debuts. Besides that, dude, the matches aren't that much. The Divas Tower match is gonna be horrible. I mean, Daniel Bryan's wife against Charlotte. That's gonna be a horrible match.
Yeah.
That'll be a break time match.
Well,
I mean, there's not a lot of big, great matches this pay-per-view.
Becky and Sasha will be all right. That'll be an okay match.
What guy would you like Undertaker to face at Mania? So many rumors flying around, mainly Cena. For no Taker at Mania. Well, JoJo, there's a rumor actually Taker will be at Mania, and well, you know what? We can talk about it real fast before we go into the show, I guess. The rumor right now is supposedly he's gonna get the Lifetime Achievement Award basically on Monday. So at that point, I think somebody will attack him. Hopefully, the early favorites for me, I would like to see is Batista, or have Finn Balor send in Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson and attack him.
Yeah.
That's the way it debuted, the two of them. Then you could bring Finn Balor up the next week and have him go back and forth with The Undertaker until WrestleMania. That would be a great way to debut him, but I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
I see Batista as a real possibility.
Yeah.
Or even, there's rumors of The Rock maybe trying to have a match. And then last but not least is Cena. I think those are your four guys that you'll see against Taker. And there's even Sting. They might do a Sting match, but I don't think Sting can wrestle again.
I don't think he's healthy.
He's not. I mean, and the match would be horrible.
Well, yeah. But we were saying that a year ago it would have been horrible. I mean, if this was 10 years ago maybe, but not now.
Well, when Sting only wrestles once a year, twice a year, you're asking him to do a lot.
Yeah.
To carry the match with Undertaker. He can't carry a match anymore.
And especially his moveset, too, because a lot of the moves he does is like the splash and everything else. Like he does, I mean, it puts a lot of toll on his body.
So for me, if I'm going to say Batista.
You're going to say Batista?
Is my safe bet. Because he's a big enough name to go against Undertaker at Mania. Now, the one I really like would be Finn Balor sending out the Balor Club or the Bullet Club, whatever you want to call them, and help.
Yeah.
That way, if Finn Balor wins, he's set for the next 10 years. He's going to be set anyway, but it'd be a great launching point this year at WrestleMania to do. In his debut match, beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Yeah. I could still see John Cena doing it if he's healthy. If he's healthy enough, I could see it.
So you got John Cena?
I'll go with John Cena. So, because I'm not really sure about everyone else. I mean, I like you said, I would love to see Finn Balor. That would be awesome because they need to bring him up anyways. It's time. Bring him up as a heel against The Undertaker. Whatever.
You're going to see The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard already, Michelle McCool, his wife, has already been tweeting pictures of him working out.
Yeah.
He is going to be at WrestleMania.
Oh, he'll be.
It's in Dallas, Texas. He is going to be. It's his home state. He'll be there. Trust me.
He's not that far.
He doesn't have many left, so he'll be there. Also, JoJo asked what we think about Titus O'Neil's situation. In case you haven't heard, let me explain what happened. Monday after Raw last week, as Daniel Bryan was leaving, Vince McMahon was leaving to go to the back. Titus O'Neil grabbed Vince by the arm and said, "Ladies first," to him because he wanted to let Stephanie walk ahead of Vince. A couple of things. I understand what he's saying, but there's a time and place. In front of a camera, no. That's number one. Number two, Vince McMahon is a 70-year-old man. It's not like you're grabbing Triple H by the arm and saying, "Hey, ladies first." And supposedly Titus was joking. about it. But, dude, there's a time and place to joke with somebody. A 70-year-old man that is that's not the appropriate place.
Oh, no.
And in front of camera. That's the other thing. Because, you know, there is something called kayfabe. And he was suspended 60 days and fined $5,000 for his actions. Go ahead.
I'm not mad. I'm mad about the situation. I understand Titus O'Neil. I guess he was a little frustrated as well, though. There's no reason for you to do that on camera. There isn't. You're right. There is a time and place.
What's he frustrated about?
I feel that, well, at first when we didn't know anything, I really thought he was just frustrated. That's why that happened. Maybe losing the social outcast or something, or not getting a push, or I don't know. But now hearing all the rumors, I guess he was just trying to be funny and it backfired on him. So, it sucks, because, I really do like Titus O'Neil and I like what he does for that company. I really do. But you don't do that. You don't mess around like that. So, I'm just glad that they went from 90 days to 60 days, which is great. So
JoJo, yeah, it was 90 days, and they reduced it to 60 days. Yeah. So, but he was asking. But, yeah, It's 60 days now.
Yeah. I felt 90 was a little harsh, but, again, I don't know. We don't know everything.
Well, we weren't there, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, but
right. Yeah, anyway, that was that's what happened. He'll be back, but to be honest with you, when he comes back, I don't know what's going to happen because they weren't using him before. Really, he was wrestling Stardust, and sometimes when you're suspended 60 days, you might as well start looking.
True.
So we'll see what happens. But what we got on the show? What are we doing first?
Well, let's do some sound off. Let's start off with some sound off with our top 5 this week.
The worst top 5 ever?
Yeah. Hey, you picked it.
Well, it's right. The guy just retired last week. When it's hot, we should talk about it.
I guess. All right. Well, let's go into sound off real quick.
WWA Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real, sound off.
All right, for those that don't know what sound off is, this is where we do our top 5s. We pick a top 5 and we talk about our favorites. This week is top 5 Daniel Bryan matches. So anyone out there on Periscope, if you would like to participate, let us know what your top 5 Daniel Bryan matches are.
So any Daniel Bryan match that he was involved in, let us know. Give us your top 5 matches for them.
Mm-hmm.
You got number 5 for you?
Yeah. I'm gonna give the match on Raw versus Ziggler. After he won the Intercontinental belt at WrestleMania 31, that was a good match. You can't deny it. So one of his last matches ever too. On Raw, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that was. I had that up there. It was against Randy Orton. You said, right? No, against who? Ziggler.
Ziggler.
I did look at that match, but that wasn't up there. I put these other ones ahead. My number 5 was Team Hell No versus Shield 2012. Just the guys involved in this match, and I'm talking about the Shield. Well, no, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns against, Team Hell No. The no part was good. Team Hell, I could have done without.
Yeah, you could have done
I couldn't have done without Kane. Right. But, yeah, it was a good match.
Okay.
And Brian Hill, but that's my number 5.
All right. I got to give CM Punk a little credit in this one. CM Punk,
a little credit.
Well, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family at Survivor Series. Come on. It was a great match. To me, it was a good match. I liked it. So I just liked all the build up to the match too. The promos with these two were awesome. Mostly CM Punk, say most of the promos, but them two together
Thank goodness.
had good chemistry.
No, they did. They
had great
always had
chemistry.
great chemistry, and
So-
it's great. And you will notice a theme. You know, I have great wrestlers with Daniel Bryan.
Of course.
For me, 2010, when Daniel Bryan was the NXT match, it was the rookie versus the world champion Chris Jericho. 2010. At the time, Chris Jericho was great.
yeah.
When he was doing "I'm the best in what I do," so I'm gonna go with that match number 4.
Okay. Awesome. Number 3 for me would have to be. This is the one that I was a little confused on what I wanted it to be.
What you wanted it to be?
Yeah. I guess I'll go with Daniel Bryan versus come on.
Is that your number 1, JoJo? Him winning the title at WrestleMania? Which one are you talking about?
I don't want to put. I'll put that one on.
Well,
there.
you got to put one.
Daniel Bryan versus Kane at Extreme Rules. I know it's I don't have a good one right now, so
Okay,
I needed
all right.
to fill it.
So that's number 3.
So let me
All
put
right.
that as my number 5, and then put all the rest above
All right.
because
All
that
right.
one
All right.
sucked.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
I can't remember.
Number 3 for me was the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match 2011 when he won the title, or he got the belt, and then later at night he cashed in the briefcase against the Big Show in 50 seconds and won. Yeah. But this ladder match was great. That's my number 3.
All right. My number 2, I got to put Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at Fastlane last year. It was a good I'm it's boring, but I'm giving it more to Roman Reigns than Daniel Bryan, but I thought it was a good match.
It was too predictable to me.
Well, yeah, but that's just how WWE is right now, or was then.
Doesn't have to be, but yeah,
No.
You're right. Number 2 for me was, and this is easy, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, Raw 2014, for the heavyweight championship. It was a Extreme Rules match too, also I think. But this was a great match. This was one of his last matches on Raw.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton.
All right. My number 1, I'm going to put Triple H versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. I'm going to put that one there. I can't put the WrestleMania match for the belt. I'm sorry. It just wasn't that good. You were there. I was there. We watched it. Or wait, no.
No,
you
I
weren't.
wasn't there.
But
I was
we-
in Italy. I'm so glad I missed that one.
But we talked about it, and there was just so many spots. And I'm not blaming Daniel Bryan on it. I'm actually blaming Batista and Orton a little bit on.
Well, no,
It's just-
it didn't work together.
No.
It was one of the worst WrestleMania. Really? Yeah, the spots was bad.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the match, Batista missed some spots. Orton and Bryan, I think Orton and Bryan by themselves would have been really good.
Yes.
Because they always had great matches. But you have Batista come back, and the Triple H match and Daniel Bryan was okay. I'm not a huge Daniel Bryan guy.
No.
I never have. I like him as a U.S. and IC guy, but not for the heavyweight title. But Bryan against CM Punk was great. Bryan against Randy Orton would have been great in that WrestleMania 30 main event. Batista did not help the two of them.
No.
Because he was out so long, you brought him back. He had like too much. And when you brought back Batista, you put him against Del Rio. That's not good. That's not good. You're going from Del Rio to a fast Daniel Bryan, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. I would have been better without Batista in it.
Yeah. I think
that
if you
match.
would have actually thrown away Batista, put Triple H in it, and did a 3 against them.
The three of them, yeah, that would
I think
have
that
tore the
would've
house
been
down
awesome.
because it's a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan had his moment at WrestleMania. It was good.
Yeah.
So my number 1, there's no question. 2010 Over the Limit, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. The reason that And me, JP, everybody's always said, you're as good as the person you're in the ring with. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk has always had great chemistry. The two of them worked great together. Their matches were always good. So the two of them it was a perfect fit. It's like watching Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns now. They have chemistry together. It works. It's a great match.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my number one, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
Okay.
At Over the Limit. I didn't put WrestleMania there on there because I like these other matches better than I did. Like I said, Batista really killed that match for me.
I understand.
So, next week, our top 5 is going to be top 5 diva matches at WrestleMania.
Top 5 diva matches.
Yep.
All
Top
right.
5 diva matches of all time at WrestleMania.
I have to do a little bit of homework on that one.
I know. This is making you work.
I know. I don't like it.
What's our predictions for WWE Fastlane? Stick around. We're actually going to do our picks for the show a little bit later. Mm-hmm. We'll do that last. But we will be making predictions for the show. So I'm going to tease you and stick around.
Yes,
is Wade Barrett gone? Rumor is he's gone. I thought he was gone 6 months ago. He probably will be gone after his contract runs out. That was the rumor a year ago.
Yeah.
That I started that rumor.
That's why I was confused.
Well, he stuck around to finish his contract. I think he's going to finish it and be done. That's the reason you ain't seen him wrestle a lot. Because he's still got a shoulder injury that's been nagging him for a while.
But he's always injured, though,
right.
I feel. So it's not worth keeping him around. But, But that was our top 5 segment. Thanks for tuning in to Wrestling with Attitude.
And if you want to tweet us at WWA Show, your top 5 diva matches at WrestleMania, please do. Is it re-signing his contract? Yeah. After his contract expires. Yeah, that's the rumor that he's not.
Yeah.
He's not re-signing.
No.
But that's been the rumor the last year.
Yeah.
So, who knows? It's not hard to look at King Barrett and see him not on TV. You really, not wrestling. Do you really think they'll keep him for another year without him wrestling? I don't.
No.
So, and there's other things he wants to do, I think. So,
yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to Wrestling with Attitude. Look up WrestlingWithAttitude.com. Go there. Check out the site. It's really cool. Also, like us on Facebook. Tweet us at Twitter at WWA Show. Catch us on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes. Also, check us on Periscope. Periscope, please stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Too much of this and not enough of that. You better listen up.